gamescom presentation. As you can see, I'm located at the same place we presented on this year's E3, Camp Maxwell, with all its infrastructure ready to offer you some missions, some activities. Of course, since E3 we were able to finish a few more features, so I have some reviews for you. I don't know how much are you familiar with the game, with the signature gameplay we have. I suppose pretty well, so I'll just focus on the new things and on the most spectacular bits. We are now on the island of Stratus, the small one, just 8 by 8 kilometers.
Okay.
We also have the bigger one, it's 30 by 30 kilometers. And this time, of course, we are not designing just terrain above sea level, but also below it. The reason is quite simple. It's because now in ARMA 3 you can dive, you can swim properly, you can even use a special underwater equipment, underwater rifle, shooting a super cavitated ammunition, or take on the swimmer delivery vehicle for a faster travel underwater, or for even some reconnaissance or infiltration missions. We'll now see what diving is about. I have this special kind of equipment. On top of it, I'm a combat swimmer with EOD capability, so I'm carrying a toolkit with me. This is my rifle. Without rifle, I'm nothing. Without me, my rifle is nothing. And with me, my rifle is able to hit the targets up to 50 meters distance. And I can now, of course, we are watching the prototype get in animation. I'm now pilot of this TV. You can see that besides the feed for the driver's camera, we also have a feed of commander's periscope. I can maintain the periscope depth. As you see it. And I might switch to the commander's view for a while and show you a view through the commander's periscope. Well, let's put the periscope down to avoid detection, and get out and swim some more and explore the underwater world next to Stratus. The good thing on our concept of seamless transition between driving, walking, fighting and diving is that you can just start a mission in the water, crawl out of it and continue combat, for example, as a special forces operative infiltrating enemy post during the night.
And that would be the time.
Of course, water still needs some attention. We are aware of it. The version you are now looking at and filming, it's pre-alpha. The alpha is scheduled for this autumn or winter. We don't have the date set yet, but I dare say that we already have much to offer. If you want to play all the showcases properly, it would take you something between 1 and 2 hours. We can't really do that shorter. The game is quite complex, quite hard. Anyway, I can undo the replicator, I can undo the backpack. So, as you can see, the modularity applies not just to weapons, which I'll demonstrate in a while, but also for the characters. I can just return back and swim normally because I don't have my special suit with fins anymore. Besides the underwater, we have looked a lot into improving the lighting, the dynamic light sources, proper light coloration, HDR sampling. So I dare say that now the night sceneries look much more convincing. You can see various kinds of light sources like position lights, car lights, fires, or cam lights, of course. I was mentioning the customizable weapons, and I'm now using the special attachment flashlight, which is giving me the possibility to see in the pitch dark. We have some sort of American night here because it's almost cloudless sky, and besides, moon is about to rise. It's full moon, so it's pretty light in here. We can also do real pitch black. So in that case, you have night vision. You have special attachments. We have a new gear or inventory dialog, which enables me to easily drag and drop and customize my rifle. Naturally, this is still gonna change a bit, but it's working prototype and it's working nicely. Now I have attachment with laser pointer, and there I go. I can point with laser. Well, works both ways. If enemy has NVG2, I'm a lot easier to spot and hunt down. Of course, it works only in the night vision, as in real life. We've improved the flashlight, sorry, the muzzle flashes, and we've added a few tracer rounds to each magazine to see or to tell the player that he ready to reload. Of course, the night simply calls for some deep reconnaissance or fire control missions. So let's see some now. We have added interfaces for fire supports, for close air support, so we will now see how the authentic fire support mission looks like. Let me start by selecting a target, for example this anti-air gun, and I'll now call in artillery strike, let's say using Sandstorm and LRS. And now I'm gonna switch to the role of fire base commander, and there we go. You can see that the rockets are traveling via the realistic ballistic arc, and it will certainly take some time for them to arrive to the base. We are shooting to the distance of several kilometers from this base to this airfield, and in the meantime I will try to call in the helicopters, Comanche and the little attack one. We are on wait. Yeah, there they are. Of course, there's one more anti-air system to handle. Let's just see how the self-propelled gun fires. You might have noticed that it takes quite some time for the shells to travel from the fire base to their destination. It's how it works in real time. I will also add that we are having various types of ammunition, so you can also lay mines, lay smoke screen, shoot illumination flares, and there we go. We get Comanche, and we can, as the cliche says, enjoy the fireworks now for a while before we move to another demonstration. What you see here is not scripted at all. It's our independent AI acting on its own, based on the inbuilt AI rules. So don't do any scripted behavior. Instead, we are trying to cover general condition of each mission and let the game do what it does best. Simply procedurally simulate the combat. You may also notice that downwash effect of the helicopter. Well, helicopter pilots will certainly have some wild time, yeah. The red tracers were the friendly miniguns. Well, that's really something. Of course, this is not the only thing I would like to point out now. In the past projects we have sort of underestimated the controls, especially the mouse, weapon sway, recoils, and mouse acceleration. These things have been greatly improved, as I can prove on the firing class exercise. I recommend you to visit our public booth and try it for yourself.
Okay.
You can attempt to beat the records there. You might have noticed that the sounds, especially sounds of weapons, are slightly more beefed up compared to, for example, ARMA 2. It's because now we are using improved engine and stereo sound. Well, we have bullet penetration, and we have a bullet drop. So, we have various animations. I'm just showing off. It's over. And of course you can spot the custom reload we have for each weapon. So once again, there we go. So these were the firing bullets where you can trigger yourself and you can see for yourself how fluent are the controls now. Of course, we are aware of the many minor issues which are still present, and we are currently working on finalizing this whole new batch of changes. I was mentioning the new tools of the trade. We've added not just supports, we also worked on anti-personnel mines. That's another new thing. The previous ARMA games contained only anti-tank mines. We have anti-personnel mines now. My Iranian comrades just activated one of the bounding mines. So it's time for me as a EOD specialist, carrying special equipment like mine detector and the toolkit, finding some remaining mines and clean the place. You may notice that I'm still using the old-fashioned action menu. We are internally discussing and prototyping new controls which should streamline the controls a bit. But now let me just use this old system to put a mini Claymore mine. We have directional charges, so I'll be probably affected by the blast, but I won't be harmed, contrary to the targets there. That's it, directional charge. It's so commonly used that we also regard this as a big omission not to have that in the game. Well, Well, we can move back to the Camp Maxwell, and we can talk a bit about the campaign. Everybody wonders what the campaign will look like. We've been publishing lots of information, but not telling much, partly on purpose. But what you see here is actually intended part of the campaign. Player will have a temporary home, a base, from which he would be able to activate various missions. So, for example, I could approach Captain Miller here, one of the main characters. You may just check the detail of his face and equipment. It's really amazing. We may also check what the mission will be. So today's mission: enjoy gamescom, kill enemy, have fun. So let's have some fun killing enemies. Now I'm gonna show you some simple yet quite intricate gameplay in the role of common infantryman. Again, all the events you will see are not scripted in the traditional way, it's real AI acting as my squad. There are some bad guys on the horizon, and there's a fire support. There's an enemy hunter APC in the village, and my squad would be unable to take it, so that's why there's this help. But now there should be just the infantry. Of course, it may as well happen that the helicopter won't destroy its target successfully. In that case, it would be up to my squad to handle the problem. Well, I can easily switch between the primary and secondary optics. So I'll advance a bit. And look for the enemy. That's actually quite close to real life. You lay lots of suppressive fire. You cover a lot. The target indicator I see here, it's not where the target really is, but it shows where my AI commander thinks the target is roughly, because as in the real life, when we would be attacking some, let's say, machine gun nest, I would be shouting at you, get over there, he's somewhere to the left. You wouldn't be able to ascertain what exactly did I mean. By the way, it's the first time I see a helicopter attacking this way, but it's amazing. Like every time you play the mission, it can be different. And I think the replayability is one of the key values you get in ARMA game, and especially in ARMA 3, where we hopefully have chance to skip or choose some alternatives in the campaign. If you play it for a second or third time, the game can be entirely different. Even the content of the mission may just vary. And now we can see all the soldiers have killed. There we are advancing. Yeah. You just glimpsed the hand signal. Hand signals are still waiting to be improved, but especially during diving, it's very important to have some. Yeah. Here you can see that the vehicle is still intact. So I'll try to throw a grenade. We are still using the old animations. I'll throw another one. I could easily use these double distances to not to expose myself too much. And it looks like I could run around. So I was hit because I did a very stupid move without really expecting that they still might be alive. Well, this serves me. That's the life. 1 or 2 bullets and you're dead. And that's the part of the gameplay we still like to maintain and promote. Many people ask about accessibility of the game because it's become sort of a buzzword lately, but we are taking this really seriously. So I was mentioning the improved mouse controls, our intention to make all the controls more fluent, and you may also spot these hints. I may see how to tackle the basic movement, and whenever I will be doing something, the contextual hints will be offered to me. And of course, I have also a great chance to browse through through the content of this hint database, which does not contain just reference to the keys themselves, but occasionally there are little tips and hints how to put a particular feature in better use. We think it's important to have a feature like this available to the player because we realize that the controls are quite a huge part of the game to handle for the general player, and providing this reference is one of the steps towards more pleasant gameplay, because every time someone would hesitate, he will have a chance to check how to do things right. Of course, all the keys and controls are dynamically taken from the controls database, so if you customize your controls, it will put the customization into consideration, and you will see it always correct. Right, we may take a look at the environment as well. We are just passing a vehicle. I recommend you to try to time trial with this APC in the public section. If there will be time, we may take a look at it later. But let me now fly a bit over Stratus to show you around. We are using the take on helicopter because we like it. Of course, there will be some more helicopter times. You consider the pilots to have special equipment, special overalls.
Yeah, we're going to run in a very similar method as to where the color is now. So, it will pretty much skip over and back. We get a bit more ambitious plans for the future, but definitely
the sound engine has been improved as well. It's not just the weapons. It's also the various directions from which you can hear various parts of particular vehicle sounds. We do a lot of research into it. There's a small village in which we are fighting. Just to give you the idea, this is 1 square kilometer, and about this area encompasses the extent of the largest Battlefield 3 multiplayer map. So, we are waging war in a lot more realistic scale, and we are really proud to be able to do so. However, both Stratus and Limnos, the big terrain we are not showing at the moment, have been slightly downsized for the performance and design reasons. So they are not exact one-to-one copies. Although we are taking lots of inspiration and trying to copy the landscape structure of the real counterparts of these two ancient islands. We were calling supports from this hill, observing this base. We may take a look at the only big village on the island.
We pretty much announced it here, so it's really just going to be a matter of talking and
Ideas of statues. Just to detail, in the real life island there was a big earthquake in the early 1960s, and after that they had to rebuild housing for local people, so they used uniform concrete buildings. So we copied that type of the building, and it's used just on this place as it should be. And well, if I would be flying for a while, we would see where the firing range is. This is the place where I was demonstrating the firing drills. So you can see we have one big world, and we can do quite a lot of stuff with it. Great missions which are ranging from the CQB scale to the real military operations with squads and platoons of infantry and tanks and helicopter support. I was mentioning this scale of combat. This applies also to the multiplayer. We are planning PvP as well as the cooperative gameplay here. We decided to just separate out the multiplayer from the campaign for technical reasons, because we primarily wanted to have a good single-player campaign, and we didn't want to run into the complications. So instead, we will focus on the separate multiplayer modes. Of course, first we want to make sure that the technical part of the multiplayer is perfectly working. So this is the firing range. Alright, thanks for your attention. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate.
We have a couple of